I don't know what it is. Is it that amazing retro 90s controller? It just fits in the hand so well. It feels awesome when you play games. Is it the fact that you have to, I don't know, use it like a toaster? Put in your game and then pop it out with the most beastly eject button out there? Or is it the fact when you look down, you see that little logo in the corner with those 4 colours, reminds you that you're living in Europe and you're playing a PAL Super Nintendo? Or is it just the fact that the Super Nintendo is an epic console? But no console is great without great games, right? By the way, do you like the change of hat? This one's black. But anyway, great games. We got Super Mario World. Amazing game. What a fantastic launch title. Super Mario All-Stars. An amazing collaboration of all the original Mario games all on one cart with amazing 16-bit graphics and stereo sound. We have Starwing, probably one of the first ever great looking kind of 3D games. And we have Killer Instinct. It's got awesome music, as you've already heard. But there's another console at the time that we were all playing. And it was nothing like the Super Nintendo. It was made by Nintendo, but it had some difference to it. Ah yes, now I remember. So this is the first ever Game Boy. The original was grey with pink or purple buttons. I happen to have the yellow version. It's the exact same Game Boy, this is just something to do with Pokemon, I believe. This was released to the Japanese market in 1989 and then released in America in 1991. Now this was fantastically popular, selling over 32 million units within its first 3 years, and it continued to sell really well after that. It was great because it was so well priced. It included a really popular game which was Tetris. This is what I have in the Game Boy at the moment, Tetris. And also another major advantage was the fact that it only took 4 AA's and they lasted for ages and ages. This was the main complaint with other consoles such as the Sega Game Gear. Now the Game Boy was really popular like I said, however it did have one flaw. Now one slight drawback to the original Game Boy is definitely its display. Looking back on it now, we can strongly see that the display is a weak point of the original Game Boy. But back in the day, we didn't really know this because we were really enjoying playing the Game Boy. Its main competitor, the Game Gear, featured a backlit colour display, which is extremely advanced for the time. It wasn't technically backlit, there is arguments against what you can call that screen, but in any case, it is much better than the Game Boy and far superior to it. Sometimes, in certain lighting conditions, the Game Boy screen and writing on the screen is sometimes unreadable and things unseeable. But you could normally sort this out by tilting the Game Boy to the light or not playing in direct sunlight. However, it would be really nice to play Game Boy games with full clarity. Now you can do this by buying a Game Boy Pocket. This was released in 1997, but this was 5 years after the original Game Boy. So what was the best option in my opinion? Well, if you didn't want to play your Game Boy games portably all the time, go out and buy the Super Game Boy. So guys, here it is. This is the Super Game Boy. Now as you can see, it looks like it looks similar to a Super Nintendo game. It's a bit taller and there's obviously a big gaping hole in the top of it. It's very light and you wouldn't think anything of it. You just think it's sort of like, you know, slot your game in and pop it in the console and the console does all the work and you're playing your Game Boy games. Well actually guys, that isn't true. This little grey box has all of the necessary hardware in it to play Game Boy games. So it has the processor to process the games and everything, because the Super Nintendo, in this case, is literally used as an input-output device. It's used for your controller ports and for your output to the TV, and it's used for nothing else. Now, here's the Game Boy player. It uses your standard original Game Boy carts, and you slot them in the top like that. Game Boy Color cartridges will fit but will not work for obvious reasons. This came out in 1994. What's that? 4 or 5 years before the Game Boy Color. Nobody had ever even thought of the Game Boy Color or heard of it by then. And it slots into your Super Nintendo like so. And there it is. It's very nice. Now, like I said earlier, the Super Nintendo is not used in any way. Now then, this is true for most Game Boy games, but some Game Boy games were optimized for the Game Boy player, and some included a feature where they could tap into the Super Nintendo's sound chip, I believe, and utilize some of the sound capabilities of the Super Nintendo to achieve better music in gameplay. But we'll talk a little bit about more things like that in a minute. Okay everyone, so let's boot up the old Super Nintendo with the Game Boy player in it. We have Tetris in the Game Boy player, and let's see what it does. There you have it, the boot up. Now here is Tetris, a game that we're all very familiar with on the Game Boy. And let's just quickly play a little bit of this so you can see what it looks like. Now, I don't know how well the capture is picking it up, but Tetris looks absolutely flawless on the display. Any pixelization you see is due to the video compression settings that I'm using with my capture card. But in real life, it looks phenomenal. Lots of people panic or are slightly concerned about quality when thinking of Game Boy players, whether it be the GameCube Game Boy player or the Super Nintendo Game Boy player. But I don't know how it does it. It doesn't matter what size TV you're on. The Game Boy games are fully playable, hardly any pixelization, and it's really great. So as you can see here, Tetris is very smooth. Now you'll also notice that it's in slight colour as well, and we'll talk more a little bit about that in a bit, because there's a few interesting colour options with the Super Nintendo Game Boy player. Now, sorry if I'm talking a little bit strange, guys. I am putting a bit of concentration into this game. I'm not the best at Tetris, but I'm giving it a fair go. I used to love Tetris when I was younger on the original Game Boy. Absolutely fantastic game. Really respect it. I believe it came with every Game Boy as well, so that was a fantastic choice of game to bundle in with it. So guys, there you have it. That is Tetris, a very simple Game Boy game. Now we'll move on, and I'll show you the menu and all the options that you can have. So guys, this is Super Mario Land 2, a game that I spent ages playing when I was little. So what I'm going to do is use this game to show you all the options in the menu. Now I'm not going to go through each one in great detail, but I'll give you a general idea. So to access this menu, all you do is hit both your shoulder buttons at the same time. And as you can see, I've got a little arrow down here. Now I think you can use the Super Nintendo mouse with this, with the Game Boy Player menu, so that's pretty cool. So let's go and check out the options. The first option is all your color settings. So if you click on the different color settings, you can see that it changes them. You've also got different sort of selections of all the colors along here. But the main color that I like is black and white. And that's because it looks, I know this might sound stupid, but it looks the most realistic in black and white. Because all the other colors just sort of, I don't know, they just sort of mess it up in my opinion. But that could just be my opinion. I really like playing them in black and white. The next option is the frame option, or whatever you want to call it. If I just click on this one then, this is like a movie theatre. You can see that it changes the frame into a movie theatre, which is quite nifty. There's lots of different frames to be had. And even some games came with their own frame, like some of the Pokemon games and whatnot. But again, guys, I just like the simple one, and I really like the one that comes by default, the actual Game Boy screen, because I think it looks really, really cool. Coming along next then, you have your controller setup. It's just like Type A or Type B, very simple. And then you have your own color sort of, as you can see you've got 4 shades of grey here, and that's what you can have in these games, you know, up to 4 different color shades, and you can just make them all yourself. If I just make them all really bright here, you can see how crazy you can get it to look. Yellow and red. So there you go, that looks crazy. But yeah, if you wanted to do that, then I guess you could. And then the final option is to draw your own borders within the Super Game Boy. So if I just get the pen here, which is selected, and I can draw around like so, you can see I'm drawing. This would be much, much better with the Super Nintendo mouse. I can also go for a thicker pen here, and we're going to add in some pink, like so. You get the general idea, guys. So there are lots and lots of really cool options within the Super Game Boy, and actually I think it's quite advanced for its time. I really like some of the capabilities of it, and if you spend enough time in it, you can customize it to get it exactly the way you want it. But like I said earlier, I like the default black and white and Game Boy frame. So we might as well go and play some Super Mario Land 2. Let's go on to a new game. Now, I really, really love this game, but guys, I haven't played it in ages, so just bear with me. Just gonna find the controls. I accidentally changed the colour then because, yeah. Can't believe I died already. That's my kind of luck. So here you see Mario just plodding along. This game was very good back in the day. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. So everyone, that concludes my full overview of the Super Game Boy player for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is my first full hardware review for a piece of gaming equipment, so please give me your feedback in the comment section below. Please follow me on Twitter for announcements of when new videos are uploaded. I plan on doing a lot more videos like this, and also please subscribe to the channel if you like my content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.